Greetings, comrades. I'm Mr. Gigantals, and I just came back from my geology field trip. So thumbs up. Okay, well, not just. I mean, I came back a few hours ago. Had time to wash up, uh, eat something and stuff. But yeah, so I went on a geology trip, and the trip started yesterday. So I left, and we basically were meant to learn about the basics of geology, and how to use equipment and stuff. And I came back today. The trip was okay. I mean, the worst part of it was today because of you see, it was freezing. Okay, I was in Bristol. Okay, looking at a bunch of rocks by the sea. It was freezing. It got to the point that the bandana I usually wear over my head. I had to wear it over my face to keep my face from freezing. I couldn't find my gloves, and so I massive problem there. And I mean, I had a hard hat on and everything. You were seeing a picture of me dressed awesomely. Yeah, I had a cardigan, I had everything on, but it was super cold. It was cold to the point that when I was trying to eat lunch, I was shivering like mad. My hands were red and starting to crack. I was so cold today that I was actually concerned that I was getting hypothermia. Like I was just sitting there, okay? I was sitting there, and I started feeling real tired. I was like, eh, eh. I was like, wait, no, wake up, stay awake. I mean, it did cool. It did warm up a little bit in the day later on in the day. So that still here. So that helped me. But it was blimmin' freezing, like really, really cold, ridiculously cold. I don't even know how cold. I can't remember how cold it was, but it was freezing, especially with the wind blowing down the coast. Ugh. Yeah, it was weird because we looked at the Bristol Channel. Okay, it's like so we were looking northward at Wales, and you could see all the water, okay, just being taken out of the channel. Like it was. I mean, obviously, it's doing like you just dried out between us and Wales, but it was just water flowing from right to left. I mean, that's how the British Channel works. Is like big estuary and stuff, but it was something to watch. Yeah, the night was a bit weird because everyone I was with, a bunch of them went out drinking, and so me and a friend of mine, we decided to go meet with a bunch of other people at a pub nearby to have something to eat, and we did. And then everyone decided to go drinking, and I went back home. But and you see, here's the problem: the hotel that we had, sorry, maybe you broke the microphone. The hotel we had, it we were in rooms. Like I was in a room with three other people, but we only had one key card, so one for the room, and we gave that key card to a guy who was meant to have gone out for McDonald's or something. He said he'd be back soon, and so I went to so I went home. So I went to the hotel thinking that he was there, and I called him. I texted him. He didn't answer, but I thought there was problems with my phone. It means problems with our communications. Fine. Call him. It wouldn't even dial. I called my friend. He didn't pick up. Called my friend. Well, text my friend. Nothing happened. Call him. My phone again didn't seem to want to dial anything. So I was busy calling and texting people. Okay, and nothing was happening. Ooh, I mean, it's dark now. Anyway, what ended up happening was I sat outside in the lobby. Okay, I just sat there for an hour waiting to see if anyone from my room would come, and then I could go and see what was going on. I mean, I thought that the guy in my room, the guy from McDonald's, he was like still allowed drink. He may be drinking or something. I don't know. So then I waited there for an hour until eventually I decided that nope, my phone's dying. I better do something. So I went to the office and got a key card. And I went into the lift because the lift has to be. You can't use the lift unless you got the key card. So I went in and went to my floor and I tried to get in. I was like, but the key card didn't work. So I was like knocking on the door, trying to like beeping with the thing, trying to open it. Nothing happened. So I went back down. Turned out they gave me the wrong key card. So I went back. I opened the door. The guy who was at McDonald's in the bunk suddenly sits up, going, "What?" And then I didn't like scold him or anything, but it's just like, dude, I've been calling you, I've been texting you, I've been knocking on the door just now, and you were still asleep. I mean, the poor guy, he was tired. But so and we didn't understand. But flipping heck, I mean, then him and I talked about a bunch of stuff, including what looked like a university building across the street, wondering what this person was doing on their computer because it looked like they had Windows 10 open, and they were like doing a reboot or something, like this, trying to run a program, but everyone had already left. It was like pitch black building, and although we could see what was going on on the computer from a distance, we didn't like who leaves their computer on all night. That person's gonna come up and find a huge electricity bill. Anyway, but what ended up happening was a friend. Then the other guy, the third person in our room, came back. Came back later, and I was like, "Wait, where's the fourth one?" With my friend, and he said, "I thought he was with you." And then we had like a big thing, like, "Oh shoot, where is he? Did he get lost?" Because apparently he was meant to have come back a couple of hours ago. And it turns out that he had somehow snuck back, okay, and went to a room somewhere down the corridor. And flip, we were all worried for him. We were like, "Oh man, is he okay? Is he lost? Has something happened to him?" But he was fine. And then it was a bit of a weird night. The fact that for some reason we couldn't turn off the radiator, and it got really hot in the room, and then we had to open the window, and it was cold, and cold air and stuff. Yeah, that's Bristol for you. Yeah. Anyway, so the main thing was I mean, what we did for geology was we were basically looking at landscapes and looking at the rock formations, what type of rock there were, like the sizes. We were drawing sketches of the rock face, trying to figure out like the properties of the stuff. Give interpretations of what happened. And now for the last one we did, I've actually got something to show you. Okay, now hold on. Okay, guys. So basically, I ended up finding a bunch of fossils in the rock. Like the rock was really weird. It was twisted and like in almost two ways to form almost what looked like the letter M. But basically, so I found this sort of stuff. So this is like a type of limestone, and as you can see, okay, here, like little circles. Now those circles are the remains of what we call crinoids, which are almost like Oh, my hands dirty again. Which are almost like a little like you if you saw them, you'd think that they were like almost like sea umbrellas. Okay, and basically they have like these calcite plates, which encase their stalk, and when they die, they basically there's nothing holding stalks these plates together, so they fragment and are left all over the place. So like it was weird because I was looking at the rock, looking at these weird circles, and the guy came along and said, "What you doing?" And I was like, "Look at this rock." And he's like, "Well, what do you think it is?" And I'm like, "I think it's fossils." Not too sure. He says, "Yeah, it is fossils. It's crinoids." I'm like, "Oh, okay," because we had to do a bit of paleontology and geology to understand what they were. And then I found this rock, and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's a good example because you can see all the circles and stuff. That's a big one. There's a few small ones. Okay, and then I was looking for other fossils and stuff, right? And I found this rock here. Okay, it's a bit beaten, this one. Now this one, just yeah, okay, this one here's that same ring there. There's the same calcite plate there. It's just it was in another rock. And if you look in that gap there, you see those ridges. That's because there was a clamshell in there. However, that it was probably made of aragonite. It ended up being dissolved and leaving a trace fossil instead. What other rock here? Okay, then there was this one, which as you can clearly see the clam shape, these clam shells in this one. It's nice. I mean, I'm not gonna like try and dissolve the rock to get them out because I don't want to damage them. There's some minor crystallization going on in going around the edges there. You can see a bit of sparkle come right there, see? Okay. Yeah, there's a bit of sand in some of these still. Okay. This one has a bit of the calcite plate from the is this thing gonna focus? This a bit of the calcite plate there. And it's got some more, I think there remains a shell there. Nice one. And it's like also it's like a really it's got a few like small ones, like a really faint one over here too. It's nice fossil stuff. And then I already showed you that, didn't I? This one is a bit more obvious at the shell, as you can see there. It's quite big one, and there's like another little one there and stuff. And then this one here again, just some more trace fossils of the clamshells, and some red discoloring of the calcite plate there, of the crinoid. Yeah, some more little crystallizations going on there. But then, okay, I found another fossil, okay, and I showed him this, and he was like, "Yeah, it's a good find. This is it." Now you think this is weird, okay, and I understand it, but remember, you see this again. This is what happens. They die and they fragment and leave these discs behind, these plates. This is what happens when they don't fragment. So this guy was more than likely buried alive, and as such, he was preserved, and there was a bit of fracturing. He remained relatively intact. So you're basically looking at the stalks of this crinoid. Now it's quite interesting. Like this thing would basically be sticking out the seabed, okay, like that. And it's be sticking out the seabed like that, okay, and it'd basically be going, "Got me a plankton, let me eat you." And for some reason, this guy was buried. Sorry, he was buried, okay, and then the sand buried that before it died, and it preserved it. But basically, that's what we have here. We have those stalks from that crinoid. Is there anything under this one? I can't remember. Okay, yeah, there's a few more of those calcite plates. Like, and some of them stick out a bit more. But yeah, this is like, proper thing was buried here, and it somehow survived the process, because fossils are rare, man. But this was a good find. Like, I found this and I was like, whoa, because this isn't something you just find usually. There's a really nice crinoid in picturing an example of a crinoid fossil in a museum near where I am. I'll try and take a photo of it and show you guys. But this is a crinoid that I found. So, yeah, first fossil I found. A bunch of smaller ones, including some clamshells, and then the masterpiece. Yeah, I got the lights on for this so you can see me. But yeah, so I found those fossils. Proud of myself. I've got other fossils at home that I can show you guys. I'd love to show you guys those fossils and crystals and stuff I have. But that's for another episode. So, I went on a geology trip. It was okay. Almost froze to death on the second day. I'm fine. Found fossils. I'm proud of that. Did I need the geology skills, which should be good. And looking forward to the next trip, as long as it's in a warmer place. Yeah, if you like this video, please give a like. Please share my videos. Please comment what you think of any other things you want me to do. Please subscribe to my channel so you can see more content. Please ring bells to keep up with my Life at University series. Next episode, I'll find something else interesting. Something else will probably have happened, and you'll see what's going on. I don't know. I'll tell you about it. Anyway, see you next video, comrades. Until then.